Okay, we're live with Virtual Book Club. It's Hal Guerin from Florida and Benita Lee, myself in Calgary. It's just the two of us today, but that doesn't matter. Virtual
Oh,
Book Club goes on even with one person. And the thing I'm grateful for is that I've never had to show up by myself. I've always had at least one other person, so I think I
yep,
had to
yep.
once, but it wasn't when we were streaming it. It was just like when it was on a Zoom, so it didn't really matter.
Okay, so that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. That was like in 2020. But yeah, glad you're with us today, Hal. We're just talking in the studio about, who nominated the books we've read and um it seems that I'm glad I only nominated one this year, and I hope it was a good one, but it probably wasn't. Because, I have that habit of, I'm going to age myself here, but going to the Blockbuster with my family and everybody walking around the store picks out a movie, and then the ones that I pick are always bad. I don't know what it was about me. So, and this is like one of the mental prisons I have that I've told myself that I pick bad movies and I pick bad books. So like I don't really like picking them anymore, which
Well, you
feels
think about how many really good books have been nominated,
oh yeah.
but we don't pick, we don't, it doesn't survive the vote and we just move on, so the old, there's a lot of stuff on the cutting room floor that would have been great reads.
Yeah, what a great
I've a
analogy.
couple of times I've renominated books that I nominated but didn't get the preponderance of the votes. But
Hmm.
you know, after two or three times that they still doesn't get selected, there must be some
Yeah.
message in there.
Maybe we should like shake it up and put the second runner-ups onto like a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I don't know that I have most of the history for
Oh,
this year, but I'm not sure I have all of it.
okay. Well, I mean, like we could start now. I mean, like we
Yeah,
don't have
no, I
to.
mean I could go back the last few months. Well, I mean it's almost September 1st, so we'll be kicking off the November book nomination selection process in less than a week.
Can you believe it?
Nope.
Oh, Aura's here.
Oh, good.
Hey, Aura. We're just talking about like how many books that nominated that we've never read and that are really good,
Ah,
right?
Right. You
And so,
think
like,
you think if we have on average 5 books nominated every month and we pick one and no one renominates any of those four, there's a lot of really good books. We just kind of just, you know,
mm-hmm.
and we're wondering if maybe we should bring back a list of at least the second vote getters
Yeah.
at
yeah,
some point in time.
that's a good idea. I was thinking about that actually a couple of days ago. I was like, oh, by the way, we have really good books that I saw that got nominated, and I thought, well, it's funny because most of the time those books that were nominated they are not coming back, except for once. I forgot which book it was, but it was probably one of the few that got nominated again. And so it's like, oh, we're passing, next to really good ones actually.
But what I will say is, I only, I mean, I'm sure we all do this. I only nominate a book that, whether we pick it or not, I still plan on reading it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I always look at the other books and, that are nominated, and I've added some to my, to be read list, even though we didn't pick it, because I didn't know that book existed.
Yeah. No,
So
I feel like I feel like I feel like Ferenc has gone through my want to read on Goodreads now, and he's nominating books that I have on my list.
That's good.
Which I don't mind, but like I'm not a good selector, and that's one of the prisons in my mind.
I would not agree with that statement, but I mean, you nominated Lessons in Chemistry, even though you hated that book and we never actually talked about it. I still think it's a fabulous.
Yeah, I hated it so much I didn't even want to talk about it. It's not that I hated it. Like for the first few chapters or whatever, it was like, oh, this is like the Curious Mrs. Maisel kind of thing,
Oh, yes.
right? Like,
Yeah.
and then I was kind of like humored, but then it got into like just like ridiculousness. Hmm. And everyone said, you have to read this book. You have to read this book for like years. And it reminded me of when I told a friend that and it was like a real bad call, or like I told a friend that she should read He's Just Not That Into You. Because I read it and I thought it was, wow, this is like, yeah, like all women should read this. But then I suggested it to this one friend and she was truly offended. And I was like, ooh. So I shouldn't recommend books anymore, and especially not self-help books.
Well, also you cannot control how people are going to be reacting, to a recommendation. It's based on your own appreciation, and and what you think of the book, and then the way they react is probably because it was telling a truth about herself. But
Right.
it was not, like
Yeah.
she took it personally instead of like, I don't.
It was good general information for anyone that was dating.
There you go.
Well, we talked about this last time. I think
Mhm.
self help is an interesting genre because, if it's not the right message at the right time for you,
Yeah,
then it's
definitely.
it doesn't add value. It just has to be, so it could be a really good book, but it resonates with people because it's the right message at the right time for them.
I think
I my wife read and loved Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins, and
Oh yeah.
she wanted me to read it, and I read it and I liked it. I really did, and I can see why people liked it, but I didn't feel like it was like some earth-changing thing for me.
right.
But I think if in the self-help genre, if you have not read that, I would recommend that book. I mean, the premise is basically, that, we let what other people do affect us, and we can't control what other people do. So the concept of just let them be who they're going to be,
Yeah.
and don't let it bother you. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
great message because we all fall into that trap.
We do. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's very simple and profound, but profound at the same time.
Right.
Um, Well, in this book, How to Be Free, like the interesting part about it was the author was incarcerated for 19 years. And so, you're muted, Aura. While he's in prison, you know, he learns how to find freedom, and apparently freedom isn't something you can find. It's something that is inside of you. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that message. I like that message, and
Well, there's
and
something, there's something you reminded me. One of the things I pointed out in the chat,
mhm,
that he says in the book, he says, freedom isn't just the absence of confinement; it's the
right.
presence of possibility.
Exactly.
I think how do I know, because I've never been incarcerated, so I have no clue, but I would think that it would be very easy to just lose hope, right?
Totally.
So then you don't invest in yourself, you're just marking time, and he apparently, had the appropriate revelation that he needed to do something different with his life, and it was this belief in the possibility that when he gets out, he can make something of himself. And so he invested in that. And I think that's I mean, if I thought the book was just okay, but I think if especially if anyone who is incarcerated picks up this book and it turns one person's life around, then
Mhm.
it's huge,
Yes.
because it's all about mindset.
Uh-huh.
Totally. Everything is mindset, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's actually like 3 authors on LinkedIn, no, 2 others besides Shaka, um, that kind of have the same story. Like they're professionals that were incarcerated and then uh, turned their lives around and now are like speaking at conferences. Hmm.
I couldn't help thinking while reading the book. I couldn't help thinking of that TV show called Prison Break. You
Really?
know, like with
Why?
the tattoo of like the whole like way out on on him, but and it was the imagery of like this is the whole map of the prison corridors to get out. It's on, it was on him, whatever, but yet he and him, like by the fact that like it's more of a state of mind. It's like it's very interesting, how getting out is really a matter of like wearing it, or knowing that your soul is the window to be free, kind of.
I think also, you have to, if you're incarcerated, especially because you're convicted of a felony, the goal is, how do I survive so that I can do my time and get out. But the
Mhm.
realization is, what are you going to do when you get out? For the most part,
Right.
especially if you're convicted of a felony, you're unemployable in a traditional
Absolutely.
sense, right? So it isn't. It's like, okay, yes. What am I going to do when I get out?
Uh-huh.
And investing in yourself. Here I go pontificating like I know what it is to be in prison, and I don't. But
You
you know,
do.
but you've got to you've got to invest in yourself for the life you envision after you're out. And I
We
think.
I,
all have our mental prisons.
I
Mhm.
was gonna say, stick to heavy Dolly Parton's mind.
May she rest in peace.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't stop crying yesterday.
Oh my god.
Sorry about that. Sorry. Parenthesis.
I just realized that Dolly Parton passed away.
Oh my goodness.
And now I'm going to cry.
I was turned upside down because it's almost as if, as long as she was still among us, there was still some sort of hope,
Yeah.
some sort of like magic, and books for
Yeah.
books for children.
Yeah. Like, what a
Book
kind
lady.
person. This is like Betty White.
Betty White.
Yeah. Like, just like a really kind soul.
I think she's more than that. I think she really she inspired so many different generations, and she allowed, she wanted to bring so like the little books, the little book of imaginations, and every single month I think kids receive in their mailbox a book, because she wanted to create a monthly subscription for children to have access to reading with different themes, etc., etc. And the big part of the proceeds and the are going to charities, children charities. She wanted people to read, to spend more time to read, and really, like, one of her thing was like, I want children to have access to reading and read more.
Wow. And so she would write these books?
No, she was I don't know if she did write some books.
Or
Maybe
did she curate them from other
exactly.
children's books authors?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this could be like a shoot off of when we're all in retirement of the virtual book club. We read adult books, but then we like curate children's books and we donate towards Dolly's organization or something.
Aww.
Or, like, maybe my dream of having a bookstore was too big. Maybe I should have just like a little mobile.
Oh. Yeah, instead of a food truck, you have a book truck.
Yeah, and just go to like playgrounds.
Oh, that's so awesome. Such a good idea.
Yeah, like for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope people are still reading by then.
Oh my goodness, I know. Like first
or
it was like,
or the firemen aren't burning books.
oh geez, I know.
I don't know if anybody's started.
I doubt it. Everybody's so
Fahrenheit 451, our next book. So.
I know. Everyone's gonna be everyone's so like entranced with like AI and
I know.
I think books are safe. Like nobody even picks them up. Like if anything, the new way of burning books is now power outages and blackouts.
I don't know if the rumor is true or if it's propaganda or whatsoever, but I heard that Anthropic, the company, the AI company, apparently destroyed a bunch of like old. It is true?
I heard that too. Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they destroyed like tons of like old books. And I was so shocked about it.
To train their models, yes.
To train their models. I thought it was
not destroyed then. Like wasn't it like inputted? Like they had their MLM read it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there were the books were that they weren't in digital format. They were old books that weren't in digital format, and so they in essence destroyed the book to feed it into the model.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, like I don't know. Yeah, you can't control what it is anymore or how it's changed. Yeah.
Reading has become the new luxury.
Yeah. Look at us. We're just so bougie. We read.
I had the first class of one of the graduate classes I'm taking for this semester last night. And right in the middle of the instructor talking about something, he says, "Hal, I see all those books. Have you read all of those?" So, I'm like, I felt a little embarrassed, and I said, I've read many of them, but most of them, no, are there to be read? And I said, and it just goes on forever.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
So that
no,
was kind of funny.
it's fun. Yeah, no, a textbook won't scare Hal. Like those other kids look at a textbook and they're like, whoa.
Well, the two, not to get off on a tangent, but normally I would take one class, a 3 credit hour class, and that would be good because it's a 6 week compressed semester.
Okay.
But there's one class that's 1 credit hour and one class that's 2. So I'm taking both of those right now. The first week, if you took both of those classes together, the assignments, read 9 chapters,
Whoa.
3 writing assignments, 2 quizzes.
Whoa.
Like, you're gonna eat into my reading time.
Into my leisure reading. So what are your 2 classes? I'm always curious because
One is alternative dispute resolution. So it's about mediation, arbitration, and negotiation.
okay.
And the other one is legal literacy and communication skills. So
nice.
Those
it's
sound very interesting.
it's for non JD track lawyers
Right.
about enhancing your legal literacy competence and the ability to write like a lawyer would write.
Oh, interesting.
That's so cool.
Yeah, no, like it used to be that like the MBA was like the business supplement for like engineers and stuff like that. But then like for business people, it's actually like it's not a JD up here. I forget what it is. I think instead of MBA, it's a MLB. And it's like a supplement for a business person.
Mhm.
And I think that's like really good.
MLB.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And how do you get to those classes? Was it like through work or is it from your own like
No, I've always had an interest in wanting to pursue some type of a legal degree. But I didn't want to go the JD route, and I have no interest in trying to sit for and pass the bar. I don't have any, so it was more just for self learning. And so now that I'm sort of, at least technically semi retired, I've got more time. The bad news is, graduate program's expensive and I'm not going to qualify for financial aid. So I'm, footing it out of pocket. But I found where Texas A&M's program for what they call, what do they call it? brain fart. Masters in legal something. So it's a master's degree, it's 30 credit hours. And you just graduate with the degree.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean so I mean I've taken a business law course, a regulatory law course, one on how the US legal system works, and seminal cases, a lot about the Constitution and all that kind of stuff. So it's accomplishing what I want. It's making me think, and it's without the pressure of chasing a grade.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I still want to get an A.
Right. I get it.
So yeah, so far halfway done, and I'm carrying a 4.0 GPA. So.
Oh wow!
Look at you, Hal. It's all that reading.
Nice, very very nice.
It's funny to watch. I know this is a complete rabbit hole we're going down, but it's funny to watch. how the school and each professor treats what they find acceptable and unacceptable from AI usage,
Uh-huh.
because it's fully remote, right? So, there's a lot of writing assignments.
Right. And are
Um,
they saying like you just have to reference and source like AI what you prompted or
Yeah,
are
well, one instructor said, "I don't care how you use AI at all, as long as it's based on your work. If it looks like you just cut and paste an AI answer, you're not going to get a good grade."
Mhm.
And then the one of the classes I'm taking now, it's sort of like you have to put this canned disclaimer at the top of your thing that you didn't use AI for any aspect. It's my own work, except for you know checking grammar, or something like that.
Hmm. Wow.
Well, I
So
mean, it's
yeah.
just evidence that the universities are all still struggling with how to handle it.
Right. So they leave it up to every uh
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't
professor.
seen it put in practice with the classes I'm taking, but I've read where some instructors in some schools are are getting away from exams and writing assignments and making students present orally.
Oh, wow.
So you might be asked a question on a video thing like this, and then they'll go and say, "Hey, Benita, why don't you take that one?"
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
So I
Mm.
mean, it really forces you to really understand the material a lot more than
Yeah.
cop it
I
out
think that
with.
would have been good for me, like instead
To
of just
force you to
writing.
go through.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I mean,
I think that would have been good for my learning.
what the way I've used it when there's not been a heavy-handed restriction on it in the classes is I'll write my own answer, and then I'll run it through Chat GPT and I'll ask, are there any grammatical mistakes or any enhancements you would suggest? Then
Mhm.
I'll read it and say, okay, I don't like that. I don't like that. That I like that. Let me take what that suggestion is and put it in my own words, not cut and paste it in.
Mhm.
It just
So it's still,
informs
I
you.
still feel like it's my work.
Of
Totally.
course. It's just a little touch of it's as if you had your own personal mentor and suggesting a little piece of improvement, and you
Right.
listen to the mentor and you include
Or
that in your
fresh eyes. A fresh
Yeah.
eyes
Because
review.
you're still thinking through, you
Mhm.
know, what the advice is and how you want to incorporate it.
I
yeah.
don't judge anyone unless it sounds like AI. And the
Oh,
more you use
this is an
AI, the
AI.
more you
It
can
is the
tell.
new technology.
Yeah, it's like it's annoying when I
When
see
it
these
starts with "this
posts.
isn't," it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
Well, what I
totally.
mean, I do some virtual roundtables with chief audit executives, and when the subject comes up, I've said a few times now that you really need to impress upon your staff that using AI, especially when it comes to writing, it is not a replacement for your thinking; it's an enhancement
Mm-mm.
to your thinking. And but we're humans, and so we want to be lazy, and we want to take the path of least resistance. So what's the question? Pop it into and an LLM. No, that answer sounds fine. Cut, paste, go.
yeah.
But we're shortchanging ourselves if we're not you know
It shows as well, I think, it shows as well that people read less and less and less. So to give you an example, so on the side, since I'm a perfume fragrance passionate, and I've been smelling perfume, for 30 years whatsoever. And in April, when happened what happened with Blue Cargo, I was like, you know what? I'm just I just want to talk about perfume all the time. And so I was like, you know what? I'll start writing about it. And then I'll do a little blog. And then I started an Instagram page where, I write about it. And on the side, I have my sources of references. And one of my references as a perfume writer and critique, his name is Luca Turin. Excellent writer, excellent writer. And so whenever I write, etc., I go to see if first he has written on that specific perfume, or if not, like, I kind of like think, how would he write that? How would he approach, the writing of it? And then I always, and sometimes, it comes out, the way it comes out. And then when I see people posting or writing their pieces of a review on a perfume, and then I can clearly feel and sense that it was just AI written. I'm sorry, that's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah, you can say piss off.
Yeah. That pisses me off.
You can say piss off if you want on here.
Yeah, because as Hal was saying, like, this isn't a replacement. You remember when we read Co-Intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm so glad we read that. So glad.
Yeah. And I'm very afraid that with the Gen Z and the new generations coming, that they will only rely on what the AI will be telling them.
Yep.
It's something that scares me.
But, maybe they treat it like, maybe they think of it as we thought of Google. Because Google was like brand new to us. And we were all using it. Google became an adjective. And yet we
But
all
I mean,
knew.
that was just a faster way
Yeah,
to
To access.
research a topic, but
exactly.
you still had to put in the effort because up until recently, all you got were links based on
Right.
your search terms.
Yeah.
That were prioritized through search engine optimization and all
Mhm.
this other stuff. That's become very irrelevant right now because you put something into Google and the Google AI
I
gives you
know.
an answer, and probably 9 times out of 10 or more, that answer was good enough to satisfy your inquiry, and you didn't go to any of the links that came after it because you got enough for what you wanted to know.
But if
And
you needed
so
to, you could
so
go to the
the
sources.
the the effort is diminished
Mhm.
tremendously. My concern is that people take the AI answer at face value and just
Yeah.
accept it as the truth. But
Yeah,
you
no,
think
I think
about,
they're smarter than we
Laura,
think.
you would really appreciate this. You think about all the effort and money that was spent on SEO, search engine optimization, that has become, within the last 12 months, pretty irrelevant.
Yeah. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, you can do everything on cloud, and there are so many different types of AI now. So many. And whenever you use those AI combines, or um, they give you the SEO structure, or it's before
Right.
you use and when I'm saying before, that was still not so long ago. Like, I remember, like, until probably 2021, 2022, I was still like reviewing manually all of the research, and everything. And then I was doing like a comparison chart with the most research keywords and the impact with Google search, and Google search intent and Google Analytics. And then you would reverse the engineering process of creating content. And
Right.
now people are just like putting something, and I forgot there is a very specific term for the search, the SEO, but from AI. And since, as you mentioned, how Google AI now splits the answer, uh, and it's based on basically all those inputs from
And you can interact with it. It'll ask you, Google
Right.
AI ask you follow-up questions if you wanted to
Yes.
go further, right?
Mhm.
it's
And
like it's like as it when we started know well what I first started when I first started using Google, I was at the university, and they were teaching us how to use, like, you put one keyword and then a plus and then another
Yeah.
keyword. It's like as if you were doing your research in a library, but
Mhm.
access to the World Wide Web.
Right.
It's like access to a super big library, and then like sources of references,
Mhm.
and now it's like they're doing that, but they give you everything that you need, like they've done the research for you. And so, as you're
Mhm.
saying,
And they sourced it.
and so people, as Hal was saying, people became lazy,
Mhm.
and but
right.
like,
So I don't think, to me, I don't think, Google, or search engines in and of themselves were a problem. They just made the effort of the research less labor intensive.
Mhm.
And you've ended up with probably a more comprehensive answer just to research on your own
Totally.
quickly. But now that AI is front ending that, that's when we move from expediting your research to dumbing it down.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Ask, answer, move on, whether it's right, wrong, sufficient. Um, and the concern I have is that all that efficiency that we gain through technology, where are people in their, and this is in their leisure pursuits, not business, you know where is that found time being spent?
hmm
Watching
Mm.
streaming, doom scrolling,
Yeah,
passive
no.
passive activity.
Yeah, I
And
think
that's where my biggest concern is.
the book mentions that.
The more we do just passive activity, the less we're really engaging our brain. We're just vegging out. And over time, that has got to have cognitive issues.
Oh,
oh,
totally.
oh yeah,
Um
Alzheimer at 60.
Well, or just not being what's the word I want to use? Analytical in your thought processes.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, there was an article I posted did a LinkedIn post about within the last week that was about fiction reading and how fiction reading, actually reading fiction, and audiobooks is fine, but actually reading fiction is why it's so good for your brain, because it makes you imagine what's happening in your head.
mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I've always said to people, like, um, because I used to be like a reader more than a watcher of shows. And people were like, asked me to defend that. And I was like, well, like in your mind when you're reading the book, you can cast whoever you want in the role. If you're watching it,
It's
it
done.
could be like Anne Hathaway or something.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of which, I went to see the movie Ulysses. Is it Ulysses? No,
Oh, Odyssey.
It
the
was
Odyssey.
terrible.
It is terrible.
I
Thank
I thought
you.
it I thought it was
You.
actually pretty good, but I had low expectations.
Oh, you did. I
But
Everybody was
boy,
hyping it up
could
for
it have
me.
used an intermission somewhere halfway through.
I think that became such a rumor that it almost became truth. Like somebody had said, there's an intermission in this movie because it's so long. And then we
No, it
checked
needed
the
one.
site.
It needed, but
No,
Like,
I
I did.
really,
I wasn't it Matt Damon. I just couldn't.
yeah, it was Matt Damon.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I never would have pictured him in that role, and he just didn't seem right for it to me.
It was all cast wrong. Like
yeah.
I didn't believe any of it. And like the creative whatchamacallits that the director took, I didn't like it.
So I thought from a visual and ambiance, atmospheric, cinematographic point of view, I thought it was really well done because
Yes.
they went on location, so there is no CGI.
Get out.
There is
You're
no.
kidding me.
No,
That's
it was
really
on
cool.
location. So they were in Greece. They were on the beach.
Wow.
The horse of Troy. It's actually all of the background people, like more than over 100 of people, were actually pulling that wooden horse. So
Wow.
it is all like real. The only thing that I didn't like is because when you read the book, and again, we are back to reading a story, it's like he comes back all the time with the Troy, the War of Troy, and the way back, the journey of Ulysses going back home. But it's two different books. It's Iliad and the Return of Ulysses, right? The Odyssey.
Right. Yeah,
And I was like, well, stop it already with the War of Troy. Like it's chaos. It's like, why are you coming back all the time as if it was the only thing that was in his mind?
yeah,
No.
it's like he cherry picked what he could put into his movie for Hollywood.
But I think that's I would draw a parallel to that to something completely different, and that's the reaction to Project Hail Mary as a movie,
Yeah.
right?
Really?
You had there were so many shortcuts taken in the movie because it had to
Right.
fit into a certain amount of time, and the anticipation that the average moviegoer would not give a flip about any of the science, right? So shortcuts were taken. And I think that's the same for the Odyssey is, shortcuts had to be taken. The
Yeah,
movie
but
was
why?
still almost 3 hours long
Yeah,
Yeah.
but why mixing those two books?
Yeah. And
because
why
there
does
probably
it take
wasn't
you
going to be a
3
sequel.
hours? And why does it take you 3 hours to say like nothing?
I think we do have to note this though. There is now a book. The harsh critic Hal usually is. There is a book I liked better than Benita, and a movie I liked better than Benita. The book is Lessons in Chemistry, and the movie is The Odyssey. So
Yeah.
whenever I fit into that, boy, you're a harsh critic category. Remember that.
Yeah. Then we're gonna have to go back to this conversation. Because it used to be that like it was hard to get Hal to read Brene Brown.
Ah.
So I finally like
once
slipped in.
and done.
Yeah, I finally slipped in I think I kept on like I kept on recommending Brene Brown books, and then one day like Hal just succumbed to it. And it's kind of like
Fine, I'll read one.
every Brene Brown book is kind of the same.
That's true.
It's kind of like the same
It's very
leadership,
redundant.
the same mindset, the arena. Like if you've never fought in the arena, you have no right to judge. And like accountability and shame.
Vulnerability,
Yeah. So
daring. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, those themes with her are very redundant. But that's why
Yeah.
she became an expert at those specific themes.
Yeah. That's right. Okay, well, I guess we didn't really talk about the book, but we did.
Yeah, I think we were like, well, the book was okay.
Well, what's one prison that he didn't talk about is like I think that like being tied to a desk and going to an office is a prison.
Oh yeah. Well, it
Like,
depends. It depends the work you do. Because if I was a perfumer going every day to at my
yeah, that's true.
and smelling perfume and
Yeah, you need
relaxing,
to. Yeah, you need to. If I was an art gallery owner or something,
I
I
mean,
would need
unless
to be
you're
there.
imprisoned against your will. So no one in prison, real prison, wants to be there, right? No matter if they even confess and agree to the fact that I probably deserve to be here, they don't want to be there. But every in our lives, you know, our prisons are they're self-created by
Mhm.
how we mentally frame it, right? If you view, physically going to an office and sitting in a cubicle as a prison, then
Having
that's
a
going to be the
chain from
mindset.
your
You got to
foot
change the
from your ankle
mindset.
to the desk.
You got to change the mindset, to say, I'm probably better off hanging out with people in person than
Mhm.
sitting at home by myself talking to, squares on a screen. Um, you know, um,
I'll
you
be
know,
less
so
productive. I'll be
I,
less
I
productive, but
it's much easier to embrace a culture when you're physically enmeshed in
yeah.
it than when you're removed from it. I mean, so I'm just using that as an example. I mean, every we all have prisons in our life, but they're self-created by the way our brain we self-talk and tell ourselves that, as opposed to reframing how we look at the situation.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this again when we get there. Mm.
Well, he says, I'm going to read one of the ones because he says, we are
Okay.
all trapped in one way or another. These
Yes.
prisons aren't steel bars. They're the relentless churn of the news cycle designed to keep us in a state of fear and anxiety. They're the FOMO
Mhm.
that drives us to compare our lives to the curated versions of success we see online. They're the endless doom scrolling, feeding us despair one swipe at a time. Right? That's how if that's the prisons we've created for ourselves, we've created them ourselves.
yeah.
And the only way you're going to change it is to change the way you look at it.
Yeah. It's so true.
And it goes. I think it is true also for example, any addictions. It's like you are enslaving yourself. You're imprisoning yourself
Right.
into something that you want. Like I'm doing this because I'm thinking of like drugs, people, right? Or but addictions can go in any direction. Like and you know what and so
Totally.
and so
Well, I smoke like little tiny cigarettes. They're the
the Virginia.
skinnies. Yeah, Virginia Slims. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to like set me up when I come through Houston in October or November. Um,
Because you have it's less expensive here.
you can only get them there.
Oh,
Like even in like California
is it
as a
because it's mint, the mint ones?
yeah.
Oh yeah, I smoke mint ones too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do the kind of crush.
Oh, cool. I tell people I honestly enjoy it. Like I enjoy it.
Me
Like
too.
it's an addiction, but I enjoy
And
it.
when you read a book, you have a glass of
Oh,
wine,
I
right?
know.
Have your little cigarettes.
Maybe it's a French thing.
It's such a moment, right?
Yeah,
So that explains the red stains on the books and the burn marks in the upholstery.
yes, totally.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, but yeah, like
Yeah,
you only create prison because it's prison of like in your own mind and for your own
totally.
mind.
Yeah. Um,
It's like people who never traveled. Same.
right.
I think so. It's like why are you imprisoning yourself from like in your own bubble? Go outside,
That's
go
difficult.
explore, like
Hmm.
yeah, go out, meet with other culture, like
And I think it's also, I mean, there's a silly example, but it's the one that comes to mind, turning things that you don't want to do into some kind of a game. So, like, for example, one of the few things I do from a housekeeping standpoint is I vacuum our house twice a week. We got 6 cats, so there's plenty to vacuum. And it's a good sized house, so it takes me a good solid 2 hours to vacuum.
Yeah.
So I vacuum a room, and then I sit in my office and I read a couple of pages on a Kindle book, and then I go vacuum another room and I come back. So I got something I'm looking forward to. I turn it into a game.
I do that with stores
oh
too.
crap! Today's vacuuming day. It's like, hey, I'll get some reading done.
Yeah,
That's cool.
And you're walking.
And my wife says, "Why you keep stopping?" And I said, "Just as long as it gets done, just let me be. Just let me be."
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
So,
how to be free.
How to be free. It's in your mind. I mean, he meditates and he has mantras and he journals as well. I think those are all healthy things to do. Like they're all healthy habits.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like my habit tracker.
You do have one?
It's like Louis walks, I gotta take my vitamins, and then business development. Because like my days are like all filled with like client work right now, and it's easy to just drop your business, and then when you lose a client, you're like, oh shit, right? So it's like the business development has to keep going consistently, even if you're really busy. So it's like it's a prison.
Aw, but make it a game.
It is a game. I have my little habit tracker. I journal, I meditate. What else does he say? Oh, I need to figure out a mantra. I could say it every book club. That could be our intro or our outro.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, okay. Our next book for September is
Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I read that book so many years ago, I couldn't even tell you how long ago it was, but I'm struggling getting into it. I'm only about 40 some pages in, but it's a short book. But it's just really eclectic right now in trying to read it.
I wonder if it comes in audio.
That's a good question.
Sure it does. And then October's is Endurance, Shackleton's Incredible Voyage. And then we'll be kicking off the process for November's book selection soon.
Because I would like 451, Fahrenheit 451, read by Carl Sagan.
Oh, yeah.
Or how about Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yes,
yes, please. Yes.
That would make it a lot more entertaining, for sure.
Right.
Sure. As a matter of fact, Neil deGrasse Tyson just published recently a new book. I forgot what it is, but it seems very interesting.
I would read it.
I forgot but he just published one recently. And I
Fahrenheit 451 is available on Audible.
Okay.
In the US for $9.44.
Okay.
Narrated by whoever this person is, Penn, 2 N's, Badgley, Badgley. Exclamation point.
What?
That's what it says on Amazon.
Maybe it's an online personality.
I got the little dinky paperback.
That reminds me.
What did the original look like, you think?
I have no idea. Yeah. But I'm sure if you wanted to get an original, it would cost you lots of money.
Not $9.99, that's for sure.
Nope.
And then we are doing Shackleton.
in
Yeah,
October.
Shackleton was on my want to read list for some reason. Mm.
Yeah, I bought the paperback a couple of years ago and just stuck it on my bookshelf on Fahrenheit 451 for $4.89.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's what happened with me in 1984 when everyone went through that craze. These books probably are very hard to read. Like, um, you're only 40 pages in, but I get the feeling that like they're good books and they have a good message and a meaningful one. And it shows how like time can pass, but um, you know, the history repeats itself and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. How Ray Bradbury was predicting the future.
Yes.
But the writing style is one where it's just very obtuse. You really
Oh,
have to pay
obtuse.
attention. Yeah, you really have to pay attention. The dialogue is kind of weird to me,
Is it
but
like
I'm still early on.
Shakespearean?
I'm sorry.
Is it like Shakespearean?
No, it's just you read it, and we'll talk about
Okay.
it next month.
All right, I got it. I got the Fahrenheit 451, and I'm gonna download it so I can. 4 hours and 48 minutes.
Yeah, it's short. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's
the
no
the
big
tiny
deal.
paperback book is
Oh yeah.
is I mean, there's a whole dialogue with Ray Bradbury at the end.
Oh
Um,
really?
yeah, in the paperback book version I have, that was like the 50th anniversary of the book, and they were talking to Ray Bradbury about it. So I think that would be fascinating. But the book itself is 173 pages. So.
Wow, under 200.
Oh, super easy, easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy. Okay, so for September dates, shall we make it?
Oh, by the way, thank you so much for sending over the link through email
Yeah.
on my email address instead of, because then it's on my calendar, and then I don't have any issue with LinkedIn.
Mm,
I'm resolving it right
right.
now, but yeah, now thank you so much for sending it by email.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to keep that up. If I forget one month and you don't have it in your calendar, let me know.
Okay, I
Because
better.
I have to like, for some reason, I have to like, um, I don't know. I guess I could like figure out how to save a list of people and then add that to every meeting. It's surprising why I don't find out how to do little things like that. So September, it's such a short book. Like, should we only have one meeting about it?
I would lean towards two, just because if we have one, and regardless of good intentions, if somebody misses that one, they get no opportunity to talk about it. If they
Oh, right. Yeah, it's best we
you know.
do too.
I mean, at short, I think we could, as long as this works with your calendar, Benita. I
Oh,
think we could
totally.
do
How
the
about the
9th and the 23rd, which
mm,
will give us a good week of September at the end to start moving into October's book, which is,
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, the October book is not long either. Let me
Okay, 9th and 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, that book,
Same time, right?
endurance book, yes, that endurance book is only 276 pages. So anytime it's under 300, it's pretty manageable.
It's kind of cool because then I have like 3 books coming, and it gives you the chance to keep on reading the other books that you want to read too.
Yeah, I'm so glad Hal thinks ahead for me. September 9th and 23rd, and October 14th and 28th.
That makes sense.
And then, so that would leave November for. Oh, wait a minute. In October, I am going to be.
Conferences.
Yeah.
It's conference season.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, well, let's figure out October when we're in September.
Yeah, let's do
We
that.
got September figured out. That's good.
Yeah, as long as we're a month ahead, we won't push ourselves that hard. We're not that kind of a book club. We're the low stress, low key kind of book club.
And we love it.
And we love it.
And we love it.
We love it. That was nothing illegal. Okay, so
Right.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
It was so good to talk, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
Sounds great.
Happy
Okay.
reading.
Happy
too.
reading. Fahrenheit 451, people.
Yay.